Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we're back with more Sabaton. This is the future of warfare. Alright, so Sabaton, it's been a while, eh? Surprisingly, since I did my reactions to some of the new album, I never really finished the new album on my own after that. It kind of just got put on the back burner, and I didn't get to it. So luckily, that lets us cover some more of it now. When I say new album, the album came out. We're in 2021 now. It came out in 2019, so we're pretty much almost on to a new album at this point, and I'm still covering the last one. So we know who Sabaton is. Let's get into this one. The future of warfare. Gonna stop it there real quick. I love how it's called the future of warfare, and they're covering all the new elements that came into warfare for this. Obviously, the introduction of tanks showed up in World War One. Biplanes and stuff like that came in. A lot of new weapons. As you see, gas masks because they were starting to use gas. I'm not sure if we had touch flamethrowers yet. It might appear here if they did. But even everything down to like sidearms and stuff like that, it showed a few there as well. Just everything that comes into play here. I just wanted to point that out, which is very interesting for this song.
September 15, 1916. The first wave approaches. Atlantic hits through fire and brimstone, breaking away, coming your way. Standing in the line of fire, ready to lead the way.
Nice.
Coming on a trace of wire, going through the endless gray. Standing in the line of fire, moving on through the fray. Coming on a trace of wire, lead the fight another day.
Oh, even artillery. Showing some of the artillery anyway.
The spell has been broken. A new way to wage war has come. The future of warfare for all to be seen. 1918. The new world approaches.
Oh, they're even going through it. Okay.
The level at hunger. Mechanized warfare. Breaking away. Coming your way.
Before he goes into the chorus again, I do believe there. We're up to mechanized warfare, so they're even going through the years where new technologies came in. So man, seeing some of those tanks and knowing the history behind having to be in some of them, a lot of them didn't have suspension. I mean, they were hot as hell. The engines were in the center with them, and they weren't very insulated. Apparently, it was super hot in there. You could barely breathe some of the times. It was actually really big on the inside of a lot of these, but you had a lot of men in there, so it really was still cramped. Some of them, anyway. It's just interesting to think that was where it started, and in tanks like those, they didn't last very long because they were not that useful in the long run.
Breaking away, coming your way. Standing in the line of fire, ready to lead the way. Coming on a trace of wire, going through the endless gray. Standing in the line of fire, moving on through the fray. Coming on a trace of wire, lead the fight another day.
Nice, you got a solo. Oh my, 4 tanks. No, that was a flamethrower there. Beautiful. I love that. All right. And that was the future of warfare. So this is looking at it as in the start of so-called Great War, the World War One. It's looking at it like you're looking at the future. The future is happening, and they're playing it out in front of you in the song. And I love that. I love how they've touched on some of the technologies that went through, especially with the lyric video. You get to see pictures. You wouldn't really get that just listening to the song, which I'm enjoying a lot right there. To have the opportunity to see some of that, especially because it did confirm flamethrowers were there in World War One. I couldn't remember if it was World War One or World War Two where they came in. They did come in there. We even got a nice solo in there, which is in the past when I did Sabaton, every day until we went through like the whole discography pretty much. I was saying like they don't always do a lot of solos, as they're not a type of band that really needs them for what they do, but they do it sometimes. When they do, it's always pretty cool, and it was here. I enjoyed that. And really, this is more of like a educational type song for me personally, anyway. Talking about it, I feel like I didn't even have to talk about the song, because the song just is straightforward. It just portrays to you what was going on at the start of the World War and what was being advanced. I felt more like talking about the history with the song, because it's just super interesting, and they wrote it because they also find it super interesting, which is the great thing with this band. Especially for me, like tanks has always been one of the big ones, but I've also gotten into the history of warships as well lately. So I guess I never really was into the whole warship thing, all types of warships. It didn't interest me as much as before. I was more of a tank guy. It was also why I went into the Armored Corps when I was in the military, because I really enjoyed tanks. But since then, I've expanded a bit, and I've been checking out warships over the last 6 months. Which has been interesting as well. And obviously with Bismarck, the song Bismarck when it came out, probably had a little bit to do with that as well. It made me want to learn a bit of history on that. So that's what I love about Sabaton, is every time I listen to them, they make me want to learn some more stuff about history, or they teach me some more stuff about history. In this case, they covered a lot of stuff that I already knew. But hopefully some of you who hadn't heard the song yet learned some stuff today. That'd be great. That's what they want. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy checking this one out with me, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to catch more videos from me when I release them. And as always, you guys have a good one. And I'll catch you later.